Welcome in to the Roast of Us Season 2, Episode 6. We're in a new location, as you guys can tell. We're trying something new out. I really like it. This is one of the coolest places in Texarkana. It's definitely not a place, Texarkana is not a place with a lot of venue options.
Things to do in general.
Just in general. So to find something really cool like this, we thought was a treat.
And it gets you out of my living room.
And we're out of the living room. I feel like this is now a professional podcast. You know what I mean, we don't make any money, but
we still don't make a fucking dime. It's fun.
It's fun. It is.
It's our passion
really
project.
And I think that there's a lot of potential here with this because I do think that we're having a good time. It seems to be something we both enjoy doing together. And so that's never a problem, right? I mean, if you're getting to do something that you're both enjoying, like, don't get me wrong, we have our spats on here.
As if we don't spend enough time together as it is. We're like, let's also work together all of the time.
Also, and that job is like contingent on both of us
being on the same page and like doing
up in each other's asses
all the time, literally every fucking day of my life.
Which actually is kind of funny because I was thinking about something that I wanted to talk about on this podcast of like,
okay,
I think we both have things that we feel are just straight delusional
1,000%
about each other. Mm-hmm. And recently I'm trying to work this out with you. Like, what in the heck is it that we're even doing? Because you don't care whether I'm out on a work trip. I'm leaving out of town to Tennessee next week for a work trip. I'm going to be gone. That doesn't bother you. No second guesses.
No,
I'm out with buddies at a bar.
No.
You're not tracking my location. You don't care. We're good.
I don't care.
We're good to go, right? Some girl in town says hi to me. You're not that worried about it. I mean, there's
sometimes,
to a point, you know what I mean?
Sometimes I am.
I get bitches hitting on me all the time.
Shut the fuck up.
No, but yeah, obviously you're not worried about it most of the time.
No.
But for some reason, you feel entirely threatened by people not only that are so far out of my league, but also completely and utterly famous. Okay. Like, I don't know if you have a crazy delusion that somehow I'm just the catch that every woman has ever wanted. Like, but the other day.
Okay. Hold on. Pause.
Go ahead.
Because I'm about to get triggered as fuck right now. Already we're 2 minutes into this thing. Look at my pretend watch. All right. You're saying that these bitches that I'm talking about are so outrageously far out of your league, but you're with me. So, like, am I not as pretty as these other bitches that are so far out of
Pretty has nothing to do with it. They're literally famous.
Yeah, and? What's that to do with it?
That makes them out of... I'm telling you right now, these women are not taking a look at me. They're not going to look my way, ever. That's what I mean by that. I don't mean that they're too pretty for me. That's not what I mean. Okay, because I could pull bitches. You know what I mean? Like, oh, look at that. Given she was ugly when I met her, but you got.
I was not ugly.
No, but you have gotten way hotter, and I have not. So, I believe in luck now.
I think
that's
you're
all
hot.
I'm saying. Yeah, but like in comparison,
no, you look like a little boy back then.
I was a little boy. We met when we were children. What do you mean? Like,
you were not a little boy.
I was 18 years old.
That's a child. That is a child.
Like, technically,
but it's not like you were like an infant because we were both young.
Yeah, obviously. But that's what I'm saying.
I look back at pictures now and I'm
look
like,
back at you and I'm like, you look like me and you are like equal back then. And then the longer we've been married, that gap has just been.
No, I think you were hotter than me.
Maybe back then.
Why?
Because I had muscles, or you had really bad self-esteem?
Both. That's.
Honestly, though, but this is. I think I'm getting to it. I think you are so confident in yourself.
What does that mean?
That you're like, I'm as hot as any bitch on this planet, which means Cody can get any bitch. I got to be worried about fucking.
So is that delusional of me to think that?
Yeah, I do think it is. I think it's delusional of you to be like concerned with the fact. And here's my thing. This is why I also find funny. It's not the women I find attractive that she's concerned with.
It's women that I'm intimidated by.
It's the women you find attractive.
I'm intimidated by them.
She's like, I love Sabrina Carpenter. She's so hot.
She's so
I
beautiful.
have such a big crush on Sabrina Carpenter.
Huge crush.
And I'm like, okay.
Call me.
And then she plays a song and I'm like, okay, that's not as bad. Like, I'm good with that. We've talked about this before. And Leslie's like, gross. Gross. I'm like, what? Why are you? She's all worried about like, you searching her on Instagram. Do you follow her? And I'm like, first off, even if I did, that is a famous person. There are like different rules of, I'm like, also,
not
there is a difference with like
you can't follow
famous
her.
people and people who are like internet famous. We're talking about like, if you're like, you can't just be like, oh, this Instagram model who shows her butt cheeks has 3 million followers. I should be allowed to follow her.
Absolutely,
but I do think
fucking
that
not.
celebrities are a different thing. Like if I find you following Ryan Reynolds, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, or Ryan Gosling or any of these hot celebrities. I'm not going to be like, why would you follow them? It's just normal. You're following celebrities. That's a normal thing to do.
You following like
internet
Blake
celebrities,
it's a
like internet
thing.
fame. No, you can't just be like, oh, this girl's famous because she shows her butthole on the internet. I should be allowed to follow her. No, that's different. But you're talking about celebrities. That's who you're
intimidated
You
by?
do not. Completely threatened.
I am threatened.
And it's crazy. These women won't look my way. Not ever. Like I could be trapped in a room for a year and they wouldn't touch me.
I don't think that's true.
Leslie, listen. I think it's awesome that you think that.
I don't think that's true.
That is not happening. It is not even close. And it's fine. But I think that truly it is a delusion you have.
Okay. I'm just going to say this. I'm just going to go ahead and say this. We've already like briefly talked about this a few episodes back, but you're like way hotter than that fucking SpongeBob guy that Ariana Grande is sleeping with. All right. And he is like a nobody.
Honestly, that did put all women on like.
Triggered me.
Every woman in America was immediately like, well, shit. If that guy can get Ariana Grande.
And it's okay. I'm going to bully him because he fucking cheated on his wife.
Yeah, absolutely.
That dude's a fucking ugly piece of shit. All right. So I don't care. I'm shaming him. It is pretty
ugly. Wild. Ariana Grande did change the game for everybody. Like,
and she's a stupid slut too. I don't care. Put it out there on the internet. I'm fucking pissed.
She's messy. We get it.
It's fucking messy.
But that is the outlier, not the rule. Famous people date famous people. Famous people marry famous people. You know what I mean?
You have people that don't have famous spouses. I can't think of one.
Yeah, because there's like not. Like, yeah, there's like these very, very, very wide outliers. And even Ariana Grande was like co-starring in something with the guy. So he's technically in that realm. I'm not. Okay?
You're a TikToker.
Not the same. I will never be in a video with any of these people. I will never be in a play or a movie or any of that. It's
never
not
say
going to happen.
Never.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
My question is, okay, I'm not threatened by, I should not be threatened by them, but it does not mean you don't have a crush on them. That's never been the question.
I don't have a crush on anybody ever.
You don't have a crush on anybody?
No, I don't crush on anybody. I'm happily married, genuinely. Like I do all that on you. Now, do I think other women are attractive? Absolutely. I'm not gay.
If you ever tell, but here's my thing. I can like objectively know in my brain, right? Like I'm not an idiot, but there are women out there, like beauty is a little subjective, but like there's also people that are just objectively
hot for
beautiful people. And in my brain, I know that there are more beautiful women than me. Like that's okay. In my brain, I can like conceptualize that, but don't ever let me even fucking think that you think that or say that. I want you to lie to me until I'm fucking old and gray and
I
dead.
Definitely, that's
and
a good lie. Marriage advice for you. That's a lie you should always tell your wife.
See, it's a lie? So you think it's a lie. See, it's okay.
I've been
It's like, shut up.
Shit.
Nope. See, this is why. I know that it's a lie.
No,
you're not supposed to know that you're lying.
Listen, to me, okay? I believe you are 100% the most beautiful woman in the world.
He's lying.
But I think that objectively to the whole world, you're the standard. It would be wild that you would even, like, I wouldn't want you to be that way because then you would be like worshiping me. I would be like a god because clearly I'm not objectively the most handsome man who's ever existed who lives right now. I'm just not walking around the earth just making women drop dead.
Well, you subjective. God, you didn't know we were going to fucking get into this today. Oh, buddy, you done stirred some shit up. Listen, so subjectively, right? Because you're in love with me and mother of your children, and I love you and support you. I'm a 12 out of 10.
Yeah, for sure.
Objectively speaking.
Still a 10.
No, stop. No, you're fucking lying.
Objectively speaking.
You can't be too nice to me because then people are going to go bully me in this fucking section of the podcast. Be like, Leslie's a fucking 4.
Objectively speaking, it's hard to say objectively because I base a lot of what I find attractive on personality and like who you are and stuff, you're my best friend. Like I'm always going to objectively think you're still hotter than anybody else. Like that's just how it is. But if I was going to sit here and try and like argue with some random person in a bar that my wife is the most attractive woman who's ever lived on this face of this earth, like I am arguing this guy, like that's who I honestly believe that. That's fucking kind of weird. Like there's a certain point of like, she's my everything. And I worship her to a point of it not being good. You know what I mean? Like you can't, like it's
Who's hotter
just,
than me?
oh my God. This is a no-win situation. How did you get us to this point? How did we get to this point in the podcast? You know what I mean?
Triggered. I have a delusion for Cody. We're gonna move along before I get mad.
So crazy.
I'm gonna get mad. I feel my blood pressure rising.
Crazy. And it's funny because everybody in the chat is like,
because
no,
your job is to argue until you're blue in the face that you think I'm the most hottest woman in the place. Because who are you gonna be like? Oh yeah, my wife. She's pretty cool. But have you? Yeah, like as my husband. Yeah, you're supposed to argue till you're blue. I need to make
my friends want to fuck you.
No, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm talking about. It's weird.
Oh,
no, you are. Like if I'm in a like, no, my wife's so hot, you would want to fuck her.
No, that's
she's the
weird.
hottest woman in the world.
That is not what I'm saying.
That's what you are saying. Like you don't want to make that make sense.
But you just need to think that.
No.
Nobody else has to think that.
But that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't want to go and argue that to somebody else though. Like that's a weird thing to like to try and act like I have to actually in every way consider you the most attractive human being who's ever lived. Because like in a bar, if somebody's like, who's the hottest woman on the planet? And I'm like, my wife is. And then I make like, it's weird. That is a weird thing to like, that's odd. Like, yeah, no, my wife saw you would want to bang her. Like she's so
took that
fine.
to a different level.
No, but that's the same level. There's not a different level here. You just want it to be like, you want both. You want your cake and you want to eat it too. Like, you're like, yeah. I want you to say this and mean that, but also it's gross that other men would want to have sex with me. Like, what do you mean? That's just how it is. It would be weird for me to objectively put you on a pedestal as the most beautiful woman in the world, legitimately. Like everybody should know this. Like I should be screaming it from the rooftops and you should believe it too. And he should believe it.
Well, no man should do that about any woman ever. That's fucking weird.
That's what I'm saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
But if somebody asks you that question at the bar, somebody's like, who's the hottest chick in the world? You're still supposed to say me. I'm not saying you have to argue with him about it. And you do.
And then the guy goes, ha, ha, ha. But now what? For real? Nobody, and then if I have to, like, I'm not going to argue like she is everything to me. She's the only fucking person. Like, that's weird,
My question is they're like, no, bro, really? Who is it? Then you have to pick somebody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who is it?
I'll 100% pick somebody.
Who?
I'm not going to tell you. We just talked about this. We're not doing this. You're not going to set me up. You're going to tell me right now when you and your girlfriend's talking about hot guys, I even come up in the conversation?
Yes, I think you're so handsome.
Oh, yeah? Yeah? I come up in that conversation?
I don't know who the hottest guy is.
No, yeah. You do. You do know. It's the same.
I don't know who the...
but you got a list and I'm not on it.
I think you are on it. I think I don't like the fact that you won't just tell me. It makes me more self-conscious because I'd rather...
Like, I have told you like 50 times.
Who the objectively most hot, like the hottest woman ever is to you?
We've talked about this like 50 times.
Who?
And then you want me to say it again. You want that fucking, that anger high that you get from
It's not anger high.
You know who I find attractive. This is nothing new.
I get more triggered if they look nothing like me.
Yeah,
if
for sure.
If the girl looks nothing like me.
There was a time when I thought when Deadpool 2 came out, and I was like, Domino's pretty good looking. You know what I mean?
Cody was like, she's so
pretty. But not Zazie Beetz, but Domino.
Yeah, on the character, which
the lucky
hot.
girl.
Agreed.
She was hot.
I agree with that.
She was devastated.
I was mortified.
She was like, she's not that she's anything like me.
Not that she's not beautiful.
And I'm like, yeah, that's not why I'm not with you because you're a short blonde girl. Like that's what throws me off. Is
I think that's what's triggering is you don't have a type.
It's no.
It could be any bitch out here coming ready to fucking bitches learning.
And you have a type?
Hot men.
Yeah. Exactly.
I have a delusion of Cody's. See, this is so funny that you have this thing that like no woman will ever want me because your unadulterated confidence in anything ever is unlike anything I have ever seen. We could be watching fucking Tom Cruise Mission Impossible. He's jumping out of a fucking helicopter onto a yacht and it doesn't matter. Cody's like, I could do that. Who the fuck told you could do that? Cody, you tripped and broke your kneecap riding a fucking scooter. And you think objectively you could fucking jump.
I do that, man. Like I'll even be like, if they
Cody's watching
TV shows,
John Wick.
TV shows. No, listen. It's not. Movies are not as bad. I'm not as bad in movies. TV shows that like of
What is
like,
the difference?
Like American Ninja Warrior. I could probably make it through.
Cody, I would.
I do. I have.
Maybe 10 years ago. I agree.
Yeah, 10 years ago, without a doubt.
10 years ago, I think you could. I saw you do all kinds of wild shit 10 years ago. Now, baby, not so much, and that's okay. That's fine. But I don't even think it's just like the physical.
Oh, it's not physical either.
It's not just what.
It's anything.
It's anything.
Like, I'm smarter than you. I'm better than you. It's not. It's not that I actually like genuinely. It's just like Cody I could do that. I could figure it out.
You have so much gall.
I'm not even sure what that means.
Like the unmitigated gall. Cody, if he had a problem that he thought the president of the United States could solve, he'd figure out a way to call that man on the phone and be like, hey, Joe.
No, I'd have to go in person. I don't think Joe knows how to answer a phone anymore. You got to catch that guy and corner him. Oh, you're not getting away. Because he doesn't want to talk anymore.
So he would fall down.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
it's not funny.
He is like, I saw that interview thing when on a plane where they trapped him and he was like, and it's not even like politics out of it. That guy's it's really sad. He's too old. I think his mind is just, you could see him just like, and sometimes he'll like come back, you know what I mean? And he'll be like, he's back, and he's talking and I'm like, that made sense at least, and then all of a sudden he's just like,
it makes me sad. I think if there's term limit, I don't know how we're getting down this fucking rabbit hole, but I think if there's term limits on like,
well, my thing is, it's crazy.
You can't be too young, which I agree.
That's my thing.
You should have life experience to do that kind of, but
they won't let you be too young, but they'll let you have dementia.
But let you be 107,
like,
older
crazy.
than sliced bread.
You want to know why? Because back when those like when they placed like the reasons to be president, nobody lived long enough to be crazy. You know what I mean? You just died, No. Back then you didn't live. You just died. When you got old and stuff, you just died. Like they were doing some crazy stuff to try. Like George Washington kept lead in his mouth.
I have a hot take.
And all sorts of crazy stuff. Like, of course you're going to die at 54.
I have a hot take. I think science has gone too far and the human life expectancy as general has gotten fucking out of hand. I get
actually,
like in Jesus time. I get that like in Jesus time.
Decades that it went down in the United States.
That's because of the COVID shit and stuff, I'm sure. Like,
people just not living as long.
I don't want to live that long. I don't want to live that long.
How long do you want to live? The life expectancy is like 66.
Oh, I'd like to live older than that. Oh no.
It's not that old. Like the average
only
life
66.
I think it's like 66 for men.
I have noticed that.
I think it's like 70 for women or something.
80 years old.
Anthony, can you look that up? What the average life expectancy? Because I don't think it's that old.
66?
Yeah, I don't think it's very old. I think it's way younger than you think.
That's horrible.
I mean, so I don't know if I've talked about this on podcast, but we're talking about it now. Because it just came to my head. So Leslie knew her great great grandmother, had like conversations and a relationship with her great great grandmother.
Yes.
Okay. I recently was sitting with my grandmother, and I found out that my
the same grandmother who saw my titties, by the way,
great grandmother on my sides, the one who was closest to me, died in 1971.
No, my grandmother died. My great great grandmother died when I was like the 8th grade.
Yeah, that is a lot. That is a crazy. And she was just like, Leslie looked at me crazy when I was like, you didn't know your great great grandmother. You knew your great grandmother. Like, yes, so a lot of people like have a minor relationship with their great great grandparents sometimes. But she was like, no, great great. And I was like, no, you're wrong. You didn't. Mm-hmm. She's like, no, I definitely did. I'm like, there's just no way you knew your great great grandmother.
I did. My granny was a boss bitch,
sure
too.
Enough. It is a crazy thing. I mean, apparently it was just like all your family has kids at 14, but I mean, that's the only way to do it.
We're young breeders.
Like, it is crazy to think about that. Like, leave a comment. I want to know if there's anybody else out there who knew their great great grandparents. Okay. So your grandmother's grandmother.
The boys met their great great grandmother before she died too.
Yeah, obviously, because of your side, it all breeds at 14. I know your family. Talk about on my side. They didn't meet no great grandparents on my side.
Your family breeds young too. So I don't understand, like, your mom.
Not the same way, apparently. Great.
The oldest one of your siblings to have a kid, their first kid was Daisha.
Yeah, well, no, I'm not
at
saying
23.
I'm not saying that my brothers and sisters, we're definitely popping out somebody who's going to have a great great grandkid for sure. But in general, most people aren't aren't having great grandparents. And if they do, they're like bedridden. You're like, yeah, she was coming to the school talking. I knew her. Like I knew her. I knew her personality. Like my great grandmother was bedridden the whole time I knew her.
Really?
She was, yeah, I didn't even, that's the only great
Sounds like your family
grandparent
should
I
take
had.
better care of themselves.
She was 93. It's just by the time I was alive, she was old.
My granny was 97 and was healthy until she died.
Yeah, my grandfather was
healthy.
94 when he died.
But Billy Ray was that way. Billy Ray was like
We didn't know Billy Ray's mama?
Yeah, but I'm just saying Billy
Ray's grandmother was dead.
Yeah, but
in 1924.
But Billy Ray was like 90 something when he died, and that was just your grandfather.
Yes, I know, and his grandmother.
But my
died in 1924.
Let's put this in perspective. So Billy Ray is your grandpa, and I know he wasn't like your grandpa, but like Billy Ray's your grandpa was in his 90s. That's just your grandpa. My great grandmother was 97.
I know. What I'm saying is not that the age.
How does that fucking even make sense?
That's what I'm saying. Like his grandmother died in the 20s.
Mine was like born in like 19
or the 30s or something. Long ago.
Long ago.
He went to World War II and his grandmother was already dead. My grandfather. Okay.
In World War II?
Yeah. He talked about going to Japan and fighting Japs. He said some stuff too. He did not like Japanese people. I will say war creates a lot of racism, I think. Like he had some thoughts about Japanese people. But off that topic, he fought in World War II. Okay. Was your great grandmother even born at that point? Like that's what's wild.
She was born in like 1920 something.
No, sorry, I didn't mean great. Your grandmother. So my grandfather was fighting in World War II. When did your grandmother get born?
Like the 60s?
Exactly. It's wild. And you're like, this is normal. It is not.
Well, my mom,
normal.
my dad was born in 1980.
And
my mom was born in 79.
Lineage. We understand how we got to this point.
We know how we got
here. Mass, it's like you had a lot of kids having kids. What I'm saying is that's not normal. You keep arguing like, I don't understand what you don't understand. I'm like, I understand how your parents had their, like how the line went down. Mm-hmm. I've met them all. What I'm saying is it's not normal to have met and had a relationship with your great anything. Other than maybe like aunts and uncles. I don't know. I feel like you can have like a great aunt really easily. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have I have lots of great aunts and uncles.
Am I crazy about that? I feel it's easier to have a great aunt than it is.
Well, it's because the kid, so they could be like the youngest kid.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's easier to have great. It is
especially when you have situations where like me and McKinley are like 15 years apart.
Great grandparents.
Yeah, that's wild.
If you see this on any of the social medias or YouTube or anything, I would like to know how many people are out there even who have met and had a relationship with their great grandparents. Mm. I think you're in a much smaller company than you think. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know anyone else. Matter of fact, Anthony's here. Anthony, did you know your great grandmother? Not even close, right? Like, she died when your dad was a kid. That's normal. You know what I mean? Like, your great grandmother usually dies when the great grandparents like young kids, like my great grandmother died when I was very young. That's like would be a normal life expectancy transition.
Do I have any great grandparents anymore? I don't think I do.
No,
I think all my
great
grandparents, my great and my great grandparents are dead.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it fades quick,
Once it starts.
Yeah. Because you're all born in like 23 years, God. We're going to take a break. I got to pee. All right, guys, welcome back. There's a couple videos that I found this morning that I wanted to show my wife. We've never done this before. So good luck, editor, adding these to the video.
Figure it
out. You'll probably be able to hear a little bit of the audio. But I'm going to start with this video right here, Leslie. Okay, listen. I'm by no means did I show you this to talk shit. Okay? In
35
no way.
People?
But 35 each or together? I think either way.
If you like 35 each.
If you eliminate my family, I might have like 2 or 3 people I could bring to my wedding, okay?
Like put in the wedding.
Yeah. Like, I mean, that's the thing that is just blowing me away. Is not that it's wrong. I'm all for that, dude. Do your wedding however you want.
35
friends?
35 people was like the amount of extra people that were invited to our vow renewal that wasn't
Total.
like our immediate family.
Total.
No, not total, but it wasn't like our immediate.
That's what I'm talking about.
That,
No,
yeah, like
you eliminate
outsiders.
family.
Family.
But dang, dude. And they got like a whole bunch of people sitting. I mean, they are the most popular people I've ever seen.
They must be like fresh out of college. Or they've had to be like in sorority or like fraternity kind of thing. Because that's the only situations I see like that.
How can every one of those people in a fraternity or something be your best man? Like,
I just think about how expensive that fucking is.
That's crazy.
I know that like typically bridesmaids and stuff like buy their own dresses and stuff. But like bridesmaid gifts and like groomsmen gifts and all that kind of thing.
Even without that, they look rich. But my thing is time.
People.
The people that I consider my friends, I dedicate time to.
Yeah, how do you have that much time to actually like care about these people enough?
I genuinely spend time. That's my big thing. Like, I don't know if you ever get to be my friend, you'll know that
if you ever have the privilege.
If you ever have, I'm a good friend. Okay, I'm like the Rolls Royce's friends. Okay,
Anthony nodded his head. There was approval there.
I'm a good friend. May not be a good husband or a father. No, I'm just kidding. No, but genuinely, I think that it's really simple to be a good friend. It's try and
put time in.
And
sorry, I'm literally
give your time for them. Sorry, this is so boring to Leslie. No, try to be there for your friend. Try to like intentionally be there. Give them your time. That's like the hardest thing to give in real life.
Well, that's the same with any relationship.
Especially as the older
foster
you get,
any relationship with your kids, with your spouse, with your family, with your friends, with any of it. Being intentional with your time.
Yeah, and not just time is also intentional with your actions. Like I call my friends, and I don't. I'm comfortable enough with myself that I'll call them and be like, hey, I just feel like I haven't talked to you in a little while, and I want you to know that I've been thinking about you still, and that I'd like to hang out with you. I'd like to be a friend. When was the last time we spent 2 days apart?
We will next week when you're you're gone. When you're in Nashville next week.
Yes, and I'll text you the whole time.
No, you won't.
Oh my God, I'll miss you so much.
No, you literally won't.
No,
I probably won't talk to you.
Get a break.
I probably won't talk to you for 4 days.
Yeah, we'll text maybe 8 times. Like you can scroll. Here's the thing, and this is what cracks me up. You can scroll through like a year of our relationship with one.
In our
we don't
text message. No,
we're not texters.
Well, I'm with you all the time. What the fuck can I possibly have to say?
It's like ideas for TikToks and podcast,
grocery list and titties.
Pictures of Leslie's tits. That's what's that's in there. You know what I mean? You scroll. That's all that's there.
I'm going to take a
Don't do that. No,
I'm not
it's on
nobody
camera.
can see my phone.
They can. I think you'd be.
No, they can't. I'm just going to look at our
now,
text.
But
I forgot that I changed your name in my phone to Big Daddy, and so every.
No, you didn't. You didn't do that.
Your name is Big Daddy in my phone.
No.
Yeah, and the other day, my mom was in the car with me, and I was going to talk.
Your car announces who calls you. So every time I call you, it's your car's like incoming call from Big Daddy.
I went to go like do my phone call thing.
You don't even call me Big Daddy. I don't even where did you come up with that? Why is it just a joke you wanted to play on yourself? I have no idea the reason behind that. That's not like a nickname you have for me.
I went to go call you the other day, like in the car, like, hey, like use my voice like thing in the car, voice command. And I was like, call husband. And then I was like, fuck, I changed it. My mom was sitting next to me and I had to go call Big Daddy. I'm not gonna lie, it did something to me.
Oh my God.
It gave me the lady tingle.
Just change it to the hammer emoji. Or a peach hammer.
I'm going to put those 2 emojis next to the Big Daddy.
It's funny because you don't have a peach and I don't have a hammer. There's a bunch of lies.
No,
I'm 5'8".
No, I got like little I got little kumquats.
Kumquats? What is a kumquat?
Like this.
What does that even mean? Oh my God. All right. Next video. Next video I wanted to show you. Here it is. It is okay.
I know I'm not tripping. Go Taylor's boyfriend.
It's getting out of hand.
How are they so fast?
Karma is my tight end.
That says Football Taylor's version.
Come on.
Oh my gosh.
In my KC era.
Oh my God. It's so bad.
87 plus 13
so
equals
bad.
100.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm all for making money.
They're so fast.
They are.
These merch
Swifties
people-
especially. Like if
Oh,
it's
we're quick
anything
with it.
like I think that
I found a
I've been
sweatshirt.
going
Oh, I
around
actually
in my
already
mind
ordered it.
of just creating shirts specifically around whatever's happening with Taylor Swift this week.
That's
You
brilliant.
could create a different shirt
Every
and
week.
sell it every week.
I actually already ordered this. It should be in the mail like next week.
We should do that.
Do what?
Let's just do that.
What do you mean?
And just start selling Taylor Swift shirts.
No.
Why?
Listen, I
You're
ordered a
already in the
sweatshirt and
lore.
it has like the NFL like logo
Oh
and it
my
says
God.
Taylor's version.
That's what I'm saying.
I
Instead
ordered
of
it
ordering it, we just
for like
start selling it.
$45.
Create a website, nail it. $45.
It's a crew neck. It's about average.
$45?
Yeah.
Oh my God. For a shirt that I'll be embarrassed to wear with
I
you.
ordered a custom
It's
tan
actually
kit
not that
today
bad of
too.
a
That was
price, but
$50.
God, I
That'll
hate
be in
that.
the mail today.
Okay, there's one more video. This video is kind of
They're
wild.
quick.
Okay, this is old, but every time I see it,
You better be careful opening up messages.
it's okay. We're good.
It's okay.
Here
All
we go.
right.
Ready?
Suéltame la verga.
They're jumping in. Watch it. Right? Right in the butt.
Oh my God! He just shoved his hand up his butt.
I
He
think
said,
that's
"Shut
a
up."
woman.
He said, "Shut
But
up,
that is
bitch. I'm
such
gonna
a
make you talk like a puppet."
that is such an aggressive thing to do.
That is the most horrific thing.
I can't imagine.
How intimate.
Not intimate. How demoralizing.
Demoralizing.
Like I think
It
that
is
if I'm
bad.
getting jumped, it's like fuck it. You know what? I'll get my ass beat. It is what it is. It takes
Have
3 of you guys.
somebody to-
But then somebody to shove their finger in my ass mid jump, I'm taking haymakers to the left and right, and then one right up the butthole. Bro. Also, what made that person be like, that's what he needs? That's what he gets. Just
I'll
rip those
fucking
pants
show
down
you.
and just woo! I don't understand. Like, how
Is
did
that
they-
what you do?
How did this happen?
Is that your energy?
You know what I do. My finger's only been in one butt. So there it is. You just winked at me. And then when I said it, you're like,
It's too much.
maybe I shouldn't have said that.
I
shouldn't
should not
winked.
have
I'm like, if you
engaged.
winking at me, that's we're running down this topic.
That should be illegal.
Finger in the butt ass bitch. Like, I mean, can you imagine that being public? You know?
Well,
Because
now
like
it is.
all
Thank
of
you.
your friends, I'm not talking about you.
Oh,
Pretty much every girl now, like that's nothing new. But if you're like to get jumped and then somebody to finger fuck you at the same time,
whoa.
can you have a male friend ever again? Like I can't imagine like your buddy's like, bro, you got jumped. It's wild. And then like 2 days later,
They see
the
that
video
video.
surfaces and they're like, bro, you didn't get just jumped.
They molested you.
Yeah, like that's fucking wild. Also, I didn't even think about that. What's worse, sexual assault or assault when it comes to legality?
In the eyes of the legal
did
system?
those two people get punching the shit out of a person? Like they're gonna get in
Is
trouble.
that a different charge?
But is it worse?
I think
Anthony,
it's- Is that a
find
different
out.
charge?
Is it a worse charge?
I think it's a
obviously
worse
sexual
charge.
assault and then
'Cause
assault.
that would definitely be sexual assault.
But that's got to be sexual assault, right?
Yeah, that's a worse charge.
Honestly, though, I'm like leave it off. You know, like I
J-
don't want a
I
record.
don't even want a record. I
want a
don't want that
of
on the
it.
record. Just
I'm not
it's
pressing
fine.
charges to that girl. Just these other two jabronis. Leave it off the police report.
Aaron-
Police are like, "Did you get a finger in your ass?" Nope, never once. I
Never-
didn't feel
I
it.
never seen it.
I mean, I
Well,
didn't.
sir,
it
we're
never
literally
happened.
we're looking at the
Nope,
at the.
that's not me.
As a matter of fact, drop all the charges.
Drop all the charges.
You know what? It's fine.
It didn't happen.
It's done.
Dude, that is wild though. I mean, but that's the thing is like, especially a video like this that will live forever. I mean, that video,
Yeah, but
first
you
time I
can't see
saw
their
it 10
face.
years ago.
But you don't know who that is.
That's a bad video. I don't know why, because I think I texted it to you.
There's
I
a
think
clear.
that's why it's so bad, but no, it's clear. Yeah, and there's like a whole introduction to that video too. I didn't like, they're like talking smack and then the fight happens and then
Why
that's how it
did
ends.
you fucking do
and then
a,
he like,
a Harry
here's the
Potter
thing.
spell?
He's like, I'm taking it. You can't do nothing. The second that finger goes in his ass, he's inside. He figured out a way to get away. I will tell you right now, it added a whole nother level to his concern. Like he's like, damn, this sucks. Holy shit, I'm gonna die. Like that's what it looked like.
That's so aggressive
It-
for
no-
literally no reason.
I agree. That is the wildest and most aggressive thing I've ever seen
that should
anybody
be
do.
illegal.
And she thought about it too. Like you can see it in the video right here. Look at it.
That's
Ready?
not a girl, is that?
She punches his like. Here's my thing. It's like she didn't think about putting her finger in the ass at first. She just pulled his pants down just to punch his bare ass.
Why?
You know, like
I don't know
punches-
why you would do
punch
that.
his bare ass. Whap! Little bitch ass boy. Butt
Why?
cheeks
What
out.
would possess you to do that? Like, what was going through?
Yeah, like why? Like so she's pulling on him. I see this is the thought process that I see go down here. She's punching. She's pulling on him. He doesn't have a shirt on. His pants right there. She pulls on him to try to get him out of from leaving. And then she's like, oh shit, I can pull his pants down. So she does that, and then she's like, I'm gonna punch that motherfucker in the ass. Whack! And then she's like, well, while it's there, let me get a little booty action. Like,
I would not want to stick my finger up somebody's ass.
Yeah, especially look at that guy. That guy's not clean. Look at it. And she keeps it in there. He tries to run away and she's following. But she even knows. So watch the jump. Ready? Oh, she's like, oh, that was bad. I shouldn't have done that. I guess it's worse for you too.
She let her intrusive thoughts.
She did.
When?
Is it worse for him or her? Because it might be worse. It might be worse.
Him.
It might be worse for her.
Him.
No, because it's like, I didn't know it was coming. There's 3 people beating my ass.
Him.
She chose to put her finger in somebody's ass.
That's self-inflicted. That's on her. Fuck that bitch.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, would you rather be the one who got the finger in the butt or the one who gave the finger in the butt?
Well, I've had a finger in the butt.
Oh my God. You seem to want to talk about that. I'm talking about in a fight, Leslie, in public on camera. Yeah. Jesus. Holy crap. We obviously know who we are in that video in the bedroom, okay? Me and you both know which position we'd assume in the bedroom. Get your mind out of the gutter. We're talking about in a fight in public. Would you want the reputation of the guy who got a finger stuck in his ass during a fight, or the girl who was like, I'm gonna finger fuck this bitch while we're beating his ass?
I feel like that's super hard. Like, no. Do you get?
Yes. My God.
I cannot breathe. Ooh.
Yes.
I feel like you get nobody would want to fuck with you in a fight ever. So I feel
immediately everybody's like, nah, bitch, you fuck you. She will finger fuck you today.
I feel like I would definitely want to be her.
You would want to be her?
I'd put the finger in the booty for this simple. Nobody would ever fuck with you ever again.
Or the wrong type of people would fuck with you. Just go get and pick a fight with me. Oh, my pants fell down. What you gonna do with that? You want to fight now? I got my pants down.
I'm gonna piss my pants.
Oh, it's so dumb.
I need to gain my composure. That's so stupid. That's the stupidest I've ever spent my life.
Dude, should that be illegal on its own? Like, sexual assault is bad.
But this is a separate
should
charge.
Sexually assaulting somebody be illegal?
Yes.
In a fight, in assault. Like, is that sexual double assault? You know what I mean? Does it up your charge?
This reminds me of...
Is it aggravated sexual assault? I don't know.
This reminds me of something that me and Cody were talking about the other day, and we were texting it to each other. Just being idiots. And it's things that we think
should be illegal. Oh my God, we text each other. That is one of the conversations. Yeah, I'm going to look
That's one of our conversations. Again, we thought about doing this as a TikTok idea.
Where is this? We're
just going to do it now.
I'm going to scroll up.
Are you want to go first? You want me to go first? Could they see that?
It's good. There's nothing there, but I don't want to. Okay.
Oh, okay. Do you want to go first?
No, yours are first, so I'll let you go first.
We'll do one at a time. Okay. Things that I think should be illegal. LED headlights.
Honestly, I think you're a little bit ridiculous there.
LED headlights? You're telling me that fucking diesel F2 500 or whatever the fuck it is coming down beaming my ass at night should be illegal? That is a hazard.
You don't like anything beaming your ass at night?
We're not doing this again. We're not doing this again.
Honestly, I do think it is. But,
or I'm in the drive-thru minding my fucking business at Taco Bell.
Behind me makes it worse.
That's what I'm saying. When you're behind
you. Right up in your rear view mirror. Yeah.
God, there's no escaping it.
So mine is a little bit, I think, less. That might actually be a thing that could be illegal.
Outlaw them.
Mine might not be. Not having toilet paper or paper towels, not toilet paper, not having paper towels in the restroom at a place you eat with your hands. Okay, so if you served me fried chicken or wings or pizza, and I go to the bathroom to clean up the mess that I have made. Okay, all
'Cause you will
down my
make a mess.
hands and my face, my beard, and there's nothing in there. What am I supposed to do? Just
I'm calling the
drip
police.
dry?
I'm calling the police.
You got one of those hand blowers,
Honestly,
and they never work.
They never
good
work
either. You
and
know
it's
what I
more
mean?
bacteria. Honestly, those
What?
things. They literally. There's been like science. Like it's more bacteria is blown around when you use those hand dryers.
Gross, dude.
Those in general should be illegal.
They're like,
I would take it a
honestly,
step
I hate
further.
it. It
Outlaw
makes
them.
me so mad to go into a restaurant. Like if I ate wings at your restaurant and I go in there to clean up and you don't have paper towels, we might physically fight.
Target never has paper towels.
I hate it.
Given I don't ever really like.
When is the last time you went and ate
I didn't
wings
eat
at
anything
Target?
in a Target, but when I have to wash my hands in a bathroom in general, there's no paper towels. I'm fucking triggered.
I'm okay with that in general.
I'm
Like
triggered.
it's just drying your hands off. But like if I have to clean up to my elbows and get my beard,
Why
the grease
are
out
you
of my
eating
beard.
so outrageously that you have to clean up to your elbows when you're eating fried
Do you
chicken?
ever
though?
ate good fried chicken? Just
Obviously-
greasy and delicious.
Obviously
The
not
last
that
thing
good.
I'm worried about is where the grease is going. Okay. If I could lather myself in it, I would. Okay.
What?
That is, I don't worry about that while I'm doing it. While I'm eating that fried chicken, the only thing on my mind is that fried chicken. Okay.
I'm appalled.
Well, what's your other one then?
What was my other one that I said? What did I say?
I'll just read it for
no,
you.
I got it.
Okay.
I got it. Oh, leaving toothpaste in the sink. That should be illegal. As a matter of fact, all of my kids straight to
I was
fucking
about to say
jail.
this is one just to put our kids in prison.
Send
Like
them fuckers to Rikers.
it's
all
literally
right?
just putting our kids in prison.
Alcatraz. And my kids have this monster
Oh my
slime
gosh.
toothpaste. It's like what the flavor is monster slime. Disgusting.
You bought
it's
it.
Yeah, but they
I
love
tell you all
it.
the
They
time,
think
just
it's
buy
so fun.
Colgate.
They don't want that. They don't want that. It doesn't matter because then I buy the bluey toothpaste and then it's fucking blue all in my sink. Wash, it takes.
White Colgate.
It
Problem solved.
still leaves. No, it still leaves.
Listen, I don't know why you want to put
the
your kids in jail.
yucky residue.
This topic is not things that bother you at home that maybe you should change in your own life in which you have power to change.
I've tried.
It's
Illegal.
illegal.
No, I'm just gonna tell them. Listen, next time you motherfuckers leave
I'm
toothpaste in my
calling the
sink,
cops.
the cops are coming to take you to jail.
No, okay. So mine's another bathroom one apparently. Knocking on a public bathroom door. Bro,
Especially when they do it twice.
it's so embarrassing. Yeah. It's like the door's locked. What do you think's happening? What's going on in your head that you think of somehow, some way I'm in there just forgot? Like, oh shit. I didn't realize. Like, what is it? Are people in there just
I never
like,
know what to
what?
say. It's always uncomfortable.
I always just say it mean too. I can't even help it. I'm like, someone's in here. Okay? That's so loud, but it makes me so good luck on editing that out. I hate it. I hate it.
Just a light. I'll do like a light little like.
You just check the door.
Just check the door. If
You
it's
just
not, you leave
check
it
the
alone
door.
because then it's uncomfortable for everybody because you're uncomfortable. Like it's fucking
Hold on,
locked.
and before we even get this comment, if your argument is that, well, what if the door was unlocked? That should also be illegal. If you shit publicly with the door unlocked,
You're a fucking madman.
yeah,
Somebody needs to stop you.
You should be put in a mental hospital. Okay, you need
What if?
to be.
What if?
Even peeing with the door unlocked?
What
Get
if-
out of here.
the lock is broken. What
Don't
happens
shit
in
there.
that one? Just hold it. You're turtling. You don't have an option. Door's locked.
Then life's got to be on. You just tell people, sorry, I'm in here when they walk in. I don't know. I mean, if the door is, when was the last time you were at a freaking restaurant or something that the door was not working?
Never. That's never happened to me a single
It's
time.
like, is this something that happens to you often? It's
No.
like, God dang, I gotta go,
No, literally never.
Wide
I
open.
have gone into like a bar bathroom before and like really had to pee like out at a bar and like the door won't lock, like the actual like
That's
the
a
bathroom
stall.
stall. And then I'm
But
like
you can
kind
see.
of drunk.
You
and
can see.
You kind of. It's also all a bunch of drunk women
Yeah.
in the bathrooms. Like it doesn't matter. But like you put the foot up. You try to get like the one foot out to like
I've
hold
never
it.
used the restroom in an unlocked stall, ever.
Really?
No.
Oh no, you have to pee. I think it's much drunk. It's
Well,
a bunch of
peeing's
drunk
different
girls
for
in there,
guys
so it
because
doesn't
you can
matter.
just pee. You don't.
just stand
it's
up.
always like you're always just shoulder to shoulder with some dude peeing in a urinal next to you. That's just how it is. You just don't look. If you
Never
don't
look.
want to like, if you cough straight down. Like, don't be like, oh, I'm gonna. No, you keep.
What if
your
there's
head-
nobody on the other side of you?
Well, yeah, if
That's
there's
fine.
nobody over there, obviously. But if you're locked in,
How
and
many
it's a
times have you
public
had
bathroom,
to pee and you're shoulder to shoulder with somebody? I feel like that should be
all the
illegal.
time? All the time. Any public place that's like a bar or anything like that, there's always going to be somebody standing next to you at a freaking urinal.
That's literally my number 3. That's my number 3 thing that should be illegal. And
Urinals?
no. Standing too close to me
Oh my gosh.
anywhere. Listen, I don't know how in a post-COVID society, when everybody was like 6 feet apart, motherfuckers, how do you all of a sudden want to stand in my personal space? I should not be able to feel your fucking body heat. Right, back the fuck up. I'm going to start throwing elbows. Because you're not going to get to the front of the line any faster by standing in my literal asshole.
I don't like it either.
It fucking, and I'll be rude. I'm not gonna that's one thing.
That's
Cody's
what I was about to say. So that's my problem is Leslie won't ask. She goes straight to.
I go straight because it's like have some fucking decorum.
Yeah,
that's the one.
She takes it like you slapped her child.
I am not that person. Like in general, Cody knows this. Like confrontation makes me outrageously uncomfortable, and this is like the one instance in public,
and it's really just behind her. If you're like next to you, you'd ever seem to be that big. But if you get right up behind Leslie, she's fighting.
But I'm literally being.
She literally like get off. Back
can
up.
you please like I'm
holy
rude,
shit.
I'm rude, and I don't care. Get out of my personal space. Again, I understand like there's concerts and there's things that like we're all shoved together. But if we're in line at fucking Target. Or at the checkout line waiting, like,
also,
get the fuck away from me.
Like, I want to be, like, super supportive of you here.
What do you mean?
But at the same time, you're kind of crazy about how close people are allowed to get. Like, people will be, like, 3 foot from you. You're like, get the fuck away from me. I'm like, God damn. I don't. Like, that's like there are times when people are in acceptable spacing. No, and you're like, bro, why are they right up my ass? And I'm like, I don't know.
I like my personal space.
You do. You have a big bubble. You have a big bubble.
It's too much. You have a big bubble. It makes me so uncomfortable. Why are you saying, especially if it's men? Get the fuck away from me.
All right. Well, my last one, I think, is going to piss some people off. And I don't really care.
I don't remember what this is.
Asking for a tip.
That's a hot take. That's a hot
when you didn't do anything. I don't mean like waiters. I'm talking about like, why does everybody who has any type of.
Has a fucking iPad?
Yeah. And they're like, here, I just took your order at a Staples. Would you like to tip me? I'm like, for checking out my freaking like.
You tip your barbers and your hairstylists, your tattoo
you tip
artists.
Service members, people who are doing something for you. But like
your barista,
every single local restaurant that works like a fast food chain. Like if I come up to you and you're standing at a counter and you take my order and you call my name when my food is done, you don't deserve a tip. Nobody there deserves a tip. That is just doing your job.
That's literally just
you didn't serve me in any way. You know what I mean?
I would tip the line cooks. Give me a tip for them.
But I don't know who the tips go to places like that. But it's always so wild. That's my thing.
Is I just don't know that it even goes.
I don't even want to tip the line cook. That's just your job. I don't think like you're getting paid. It is what it is. And I don't think nobody should be tipped. I think you should only be tipped when you've provided a service to someone. And then,
is servicing
because that's like, no, they're not. Oh my God, you're such a child. That person will serve you. But no, if you think about it, it's really not. Like,
because where's the line stop?
No, yeah, like that's
where do we draw the line?
We just keep pushing it right now in our society. It just keeps going farther.
It's because
and
corporations
farther.
don't want to pay their fucking employees.
The other day, I went to
so they make it our problem.
It was like a guy was buying clothes from somewhere, and it had, "Do you want a tip?" And the guy was just looking at me. And I'm like, "No, I don't want to tip you. You're checking out my product."
It's because corporations do not want to pay their fucking employees.
These aren't corporations. These are small businesses. Corporations aren't asking for tips. I'm not going to Target and getting. That's just the reality, Leslie. I know you're trying to make this Rage Against the Machine. It's Rage Against the little people in these towns who pay for Square.
Who need to pull their fucking head out of their ass.
Who pay for Square, and instead of just removing the tip option because nobody in their place deserves.
You know what?
But here's the thing: it's greedy because everybody, when given the thing, if like you're handed a tablet and it's 10%, 15%, 20%, no tip. How many times are you not tipping? Like it puts pressure on you.
I tip every time.
It's just stealing my money.
I tip every time.
I don't.
I tip
no tip.
I go to 7.
No tip.
I tip at 7.
I don't care. No. You tip at a coffee shop?
I tip you tip your baristas.
Drive-through?
I tip my baristas. Yeah. I tip them every time.
How much are you tipping them?
Like 15%. It's like $2.
Why?
Because they're so nice.
You know what? I'll give you that.
They're so nice.
I tip 7 rude people too. They are really nice.
I don't always tip my Starbucks baristas. They're sometimes rude. I'm like, I'm not tipping you if you're being rude. And then I come in here half the time, you don't even have the shit that I want. How are you out of fucking oat milk?
Listen.
How are you out of it? No. Listen. Fuck.
Okay.
Listen. Stop. I went to Starbucks the other day.
Here we go.
I went to Starbucks. I was so fucking triggered. Out of vanilla syrup, half of the menu you can't fucking make. How? And it's this Starbucks all the time. It's this fucking
It's like
Starbucks
the
in town.
9th time she's done this.
I get so
This really bothered her. Because
it's
ruined
vanilla.
her.
And I understand like trucks and like shipments and shit can be delayed and like during like all those other things. Like I get it. Like, but it's fucking vanilla. You need to just order more of it. Maybe I don't understand how the fucking supply chain works at Starbucks.
All right. I think we've had enough.
I'll shut up more businesses. Fucking not Squarespace.
No.
Fucking Shopify pissed me off today too.
We're done.
It's fine.
Okay.
I could go on for another 45 minutes.
7 Brew, if you want to sponsor us, feel free.
Fucking love
We
7 Brew.
like
I'll
them.
tip you every time. You're never sold out of anything.
I love 7 Brew. All right. We're going to end it though. Thank you guys for sticking around. If you did stick around, please leave a 5-star review on
Leave me
wherever
a
you're
tip.
listening to this. leave us a tip. Tip us.
Should I ask you a question? Just kidding.
Leave us a comment, subscribe, like our stuff. It really helps. Thank you guys. Have a good one.
Bye.